Hey guys, what's up? Babuchi Gaming here, and today we are back. Sorry for the mic, I'm having problems with it. Today we're back on the top 5 features that should be in DSS. Now, before I say anything, everything I say has not been confirmed to be in DSS, and most likely will not be, but it has a chance of being in DSS. So, with that, let's get on to number 5. So at number 5, we have Fireboat Missions / rescue / police missions. Now, unlike quests, these would be a separate thing that, like an oil tanker would spawn in, and it gets on fire, and so you get the fireboat and you gotta go put it out, or you get a sick passenger and you gotta transport them from Tenerife or from Bornholm to Woollen to the hospital, or there's some illegal boat racing, or I don't know, there's something going on and you need to get in the police boat. That would just add a little more things, or that would allow more things to be done within the game itself and overall improve the game. So at number 4, we have loading animations. So not too much to where it'll lag the game, but just if you're going in the cargo ship and you are loading up some cargo, you get a little animation where the crane maybe moves and pick up a crate or two. Or for the bulk, you see sand just dropping in. Not that crazy hard. Of course you wouldn't really see it for oil, or I don't know if they're gonna add natural LNG carriers, or maybe you see cars coming on and off the ferry. Just something that adds a little more realism to it, and it would definitely overall really improve transporting cargo and make the game much more realistic. Coming in at number 3, we got waves. Now, and before you say anything, I know this would lag up the game. This is most likely not going to happen, but waves, but not in a sense that would lag out the game, but maybe more of an animation, if you're in really high winds, or it's a storm or rain or something, your boat would rock more back and forth, up and down, depending on the boat itself and the weather. Just something that would make the game again more realistic, and that's what we're trying to go for. As we've seen through DSS 1, 2, and 3, we not only have the ships improve themselves, but the physics of the game itself has improved drastically. I mean, besides Tokyo drifting a G2 class carrier and having a giant Panzer tank or Panzer or whatever, having a tank turret on a ship, April Fool's Game Pass, the game has improved drastically. It's amazing. So that's number 3. Coming in at number 2, we got all types of guns that work and synchronized weapon firing. So what I mean by this is, right now we have a few weapons that of course torpedoes and missiles on submarines, that's yet to be added. But I'm talking more about machine guns on ships, 50 cals, just more things that you can shoot, because right now there's not a lot that you can't shoot. Not complaining, but it would just be really cool if you could shoot 50 cals, make a really cool movie out of that. And maybe you can even operate the Sea-Whiz. Again, most likely won't happen, but it would just be really cool if you could actually operate the Sea-Whiz and try to actually shoot down the missile yourself. Because then it would, of course, it's radar guided in real life, but it would just be really fun to just play around with the Sea-Whiz. I don't know about you guys, but I personally would love to play around with the Sea-Whiz. The second part of this is synchronized weapon firing. So you got your Fletcher, right? You shoot one of the guns, it only shoots one of the guns, but you have 5 turrets. Let's say you have an option enabled to synchronized weapon fire. You can shoot all the turrets at the exact same time. Would this be a little overpowered? Maybe. But you could also make some balances to slow down the rate of firing. Because if you shoot all the turrets at once, they're going to need time to reload. And that's why you can kind of go, you shoot, and then you come back, because that turret would probably already be reloaded. Now, if you synchronize weapon firing, not only would it make it more realistic, it would be much cooler. You can make more movies with it, you can get really cool shots with it. It would just be a really, really cool change. Coming in as the #1 coolest feature that should be in DSS is drivable/flyable vehicles. Now, before you say anything about this, it's not confirmed, and it most likely will not happen. Now, I've seen a lot of comments, more than anything, how to get a helicopter, how to fly in a helicopter, why can I not fly in a helicopter? I want to get in a helicopter. Now, it's a ship game, yes, but we're starting to see a pattern in Roblox games that they incorporate something that is either not related at all to the game itself, or something that like is kind of related to the game. Like you get like vehicles in Adopt Me. Okay, it's an adoption game. Why would you have vehicles? I mean, who knows? But it's a ship simulator game. Most ships these days usually use helicopters. Now, if we ever see an aircraft carrier in the game, which has been, from what I've seen, one of the most highly requested among just general players. If you could fly an F-35 or an F-18 or a Harrier or a helicopter or a Lynx or a Seahawk or a Chinook, just if you could fly any type of vehicles in this game, land them on destroyers, not only would you make the game a billion more times better, you would also make it more realistic and you would draw a lot of attention. And I mean a lot of attention. Now, the problem with this is, like, it's a ship simulator game, and, now, instead of just driving ships around, which, no offense, can kind of get boring, you have to admit. Of course, there's different types of ships to drive around, but that's like just driving different types of car around. Sure, it's cool to drive different types of cars around, but at the end of the day, you're still just driving a car. Now, you get the incorporation of flying in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That opens up a whole new section of possibilities. Now, you would either make vehicles with super expensive credits, like a few million for like a helicopter, or add like Game Pass for a few thousand Robux, or just make something that's available to the general public. So you got to find the right balance. But if any developers watching this, just take this into consideration. Not only is this a great business opportunity in terms of if you actually incorporated just one helicopter, you put a Seahawk in there, I guarantee you it will grab hundreds, possibly thousands of new players. Because when they see something that they like or they think is cool, they buy it. Now, in my opinion, there's no reason not to add helicopters to the game, because most maritime navies nowadays use helicopters in some form or another. Now, not the other biggest thing that they would have in this game, besides just like, being something like a fly rock, it's something else to do. Now, like, don't take this the wrong way, but grinding can kind of get boring. Like, sure, you say, oh, I'm on the grind. If you're just by yourself and you're just like bored, or you're just trying to earn credits, it's not the most fun thing in the world. Just sitting and just running courses. Two most dedicated players, one of them I reviewed, dedication to success in life. But it would give something else for the player base to do. Fly helicopters around, it would make great, it would just, possibilities are endless with this. It's not something that's ship related in a sense. It's something that opens a whole new chapter, a whole new book even. But it's not wildly impossible for them to be added. I seriously do not see a reason why they shouldn't be added. Because if you set them as a Game Pass, you would make, I guarantee you, a lot of money. Like, a good amount of money off of the Seahawk. If you just did the SH-60 Seahawk in the game, just for, I don't know, 1,500 Robux or 1,000 Robux, something reasonable, you would get a profit. Trust me. All you have to do is get a model that you already have, script it maybe a little bit, and boom, you got yourself something that adds into the game. And with this, maybe add a carrier in there. I've heard that just an aircraft carrier of some sort would be is the most highly requested thing from the comments and stuff, because you gotta give people, you gotta listen to the people, not like it's a fair balance between what you want and what the people want, and they do a really good job of getting that balance. Maybe something, an aircraft carrier, would be really, really cool into the game. Doesn't have to be a good one. Just use maybe the Queen Elizabeth. I know you guys, the devs, if you're ever actually watching this, I haven't seen you in a while, so just set it as like 10 million credits, and instead of grinding, they will buy credits maybe. Who knows? And then just it would be super, super cool if you actually let this happen. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next episode, DSS.